Hey everyone, so I'm sitting in the park across the street from my house in my car. Lucy and I had to run out to the store to pick up a string of Christmas lights because I was a little bit short. I'm finally getting around to decorating the tree, and I felt well enough to actually get up and drive, though this side of my face is still a little bit like nerve, like, so forgive me if I look a little lopsided, but this is going to be a long one. Probably even going to do it in 2 parts. I'll try and talk quick. Quick background. I don't normally watch TV series that are actively on air. I usually find them when they've gone to that rerun status, but recently I discovered a show called The Secret Life of Mormon Wives, I believe. And given that I have a background in the Mormon church, I am not active in the church, but my records are active in the church, and that is something that I can unpack at a later date. I also have a history and some really touchy topics that were recently discussed in the latest season of The Mormon Wives. So, I have not been this heated over somebody since Amber Heard. And if you know, you know. So, another background. When the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial was going on, I watched it religiously. I did not veer off from it. It was day in and day out. I immersed myself in it. And it was both painful and helpful. It was helpful because it opened my eyes to this issue that we have with people claiming that an assault has happened that does not have any merit. And I'm not saying that that did not happen with Amber Heard, though my gut, every part of my being says that never happened, not in the way that she described it. She was not the victim that she portrayed herself to be. Maybe she was a victim in other ways, but not in the way that she portrayed herself to be. And by claiming those outrageous, horrific, violent claims, it then minimizes somebody else that has gone through that. So, fast forward to discovering this TV series of The Mormon Wives and the accusations by Demi. God, I didn't realize this was going to be this hard to even say. So, okay, just trying to pull myself together. I am so pissed. I am so beyond pissed. I am just beyond pissed. So, there is a huge difference between flirtatious, back and forth, mutual. There's a difference between putting yourself in a position where you don't want to admit that you were flirtatious back and forth and it was mutual. There's a difference between unwanted touch. There's a difference between between SA. There's a difference between being raped. There is a difference. And I'm not minimizing anybody's experiences and saying one is greater than the other or that one is more damaging than the other, but there is a difference. And for anybody that cannot see that there's a difference, then I'm sorry, the problem is with you. What I saw with the behavior of Demi, what she described happened, her demeanor, the way she continued the verbiage with the man, the bringing her small child into it and allowing him access to that child through phone calls, videos, and pictures says more about her accusations than anything else. I don't believe her. I'm just going to say flat out, I don't believe her, and I think that what she is doing is more damning to women that have been assaulted, or men that have been assaulted, or children that have been assaulted, than the average person that falsely makes accusations, because she has such a presence online that her narrative goes way further and reaches far more people. And I think that the network allowing it to be shown in the way that it was shown, and that they were pacifying her, and that they're giving her this platform to spread this narrative, is outrageous, and it should be stopped. I'm not saying the show needs to come off. I'm not saying that the network needs to stop making these shows. I think that someone needs to shut this woman down, because the damage that she is going to do, the damage that she is doing, the damage that she's already done is outrageous, and it's uncalled for, and it's wrong. So this actually went completely opposite from how I was going to say this, and I may post this and then come back and make another one, or I may not, because it took a lot of nerves to even come sit in my car and say this much. But I'm going to say shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you, Demi, for what you have said, and the way you have said it, and how you are minimizing everyone else's traumas. Shame on you, because you know the truth, and if you are embarrassed to let your husband know that you had an affair, and this is what you're going to do, to not admit that you were flirtatious, or that you took it a step further, or maybe you guys are swingers, or maybe you guys have an open marriage, or maybe you guys are polygamous secretly, or maybe, who knows? But shame on you, because you have a voice that could be used for good, and it is currently being used in a damning way, and it's causing damage. So, that said, I guess I've opened up the dialogue that I need to talk about my own history at some point, because clearly there's a history. It is a 33-year-old history. I think it's been 33 years since it started, or 33 years ago that it first began. And it's been 31 years, 32 years since. So it was a long time ago, but I've carried it with me all these years, and it's hard to walk away from. So, anyways, don't let this stop the rest of you from having your voice and sharing your story and reaching out, because you don't know who you might help. So, have a good day, everyone.